I have so much that I want to share with you that I can't share with you yet. Guys, the next several weeks are going to be incredible. And what I get to share with you and the value I'm going to be able to give and the inside secrets I'm going to be able to reveal soon are going to be mind blowing. I cannot wait to share it with you. What is up, side hustlers, entrepreneurs, business builders, and dream makers? Welcome to the Sunday Side Hustle Podcast, episode 96. It's great to be back in your earbuds once again as I strive to be every day of the work week. Guys, today I want to share with you an epiphany that I had over the weekend that is, well, frustrating that it took me this long to learn, but I'm going to share it with you and you're going to get the value from it and you're going to get to learn the lessons faster because I get to share it with you and save you the time and the stress and the sadness that it took me. So with that being said, let's get into it. One of the things I'm constantly talking about is the reality that businesses always overcomplicate themselves, and therefore it's our jobs as business owners to simplify the business. Your primary job is to simplify and streamline everything. That's what you should always be doing, is how can we do this simpler? How can we make this process smoother? That is the primary job of a business owner. And since that's something I've been harping on forever, it's mind-boggling to me that I never realized how truly simple business actually is until this weekend. Now, to be clear, there's a big difference between simple and easy. I actually think that if you're choosing to be an entrepreneur, you're choosing to do one of the hardest things you could choose to do with your life. There's plenty of other things that are equally hard, but in the grand scheme of things, with all the nearly infinite number of options that we have, entrepreneurs are picking a pretty incredibly difficult one. But it is also exceptionally simple. In the early days in business, you can break it down to three things that you need to do and do well. As you scale and grow and start building a team, you'll learn that there is one more that's added to it. But we're going to start with the three today. We're going to focus with the three. The majority of my audience are solopreneurs, are just starting out. You're on your own. And so these are the three things you need to be good at. And if you are good at these three things, you will be able to scale easily to 6 figures, reasonably to 7 figures, although you might have to hire a team 7 figures, which means you might need to introduce one more. But you will be able to scale to a huge level by mastering these three things. Number one is the service or product that you offer. You need to be truly exceptional at whatever you do. You need to be incredible at it. And if you aren't incredible at it yet, that's okay. What you do instead is you charge very, very little as you're getting incredible at it. You build out your processes and you just raise your rate with each iteration of new customer until you get to the point where you're charging market value or much greater while actually being far superior to any of your competitors. So it's your product, your service. However, this also includes your ability to communicate your product or your service. If you can't communicate it, it doesn't matter how good it is. So product or service includes in it the idea of understanding your target market, getting target market fit, messaging. That's all in here. In your number one, which is product or service, you need to be exceptional at it, and you need to be exceptional at communicating about it. That's number one. An important thing to know about these three engines, I like to think of them as three different engines. If this was a math equation, we'd be multiplying them by each other. So if you are incredible in two, but one of them has a big fat goose egg 0, you suck at it, then your business is also going to suck. You need to be good at all three if you want your business to be stable. Number two, lead gen. You gotta be good at getting the lead gen. If you're not good at getting the lead gen, then it doesn't matter if you have the most amazing product in the world because you don't have anybody to share it with. So you gotta get good at lead gen. Another way of saying that is marketing. You gotta get good at ads or social media organic or cold outreach or warm outreach or something to get in front of people. And then you need to be good at copywriting. You need to be able to build the landing pages. You got to have the funnel process to bring somebody from not knowing who you are to being a lead to asking you to contact them about your services. You got to have the follow-ups with emails and all the follow-up stuff. You got to be amazing at your lead gen. You got to have a lead gen engine so that you can have people who you can give your service to. That's number two. And number three, you gotta be good at sales. You gotta have a sales machine inside your business because it doesn't matter if you have the best product in the world, and it doesn't matter if you have a million people who are probably engaged leads that would like to have the product. If you cannot communicate it in a way that converts them to sales, to paying customers, you don't have a business at all. So you got to get good at sales. And in the early days, this means you have to get good at sales. As you build a team, it means you have to get good at training salesmen. But right now, you have to be good at sales. You have to be able to convert those leads to paying customers. You get all three of these right, and you will have a successful, profitable business, even if you remain a lifestyle business with no employees. If you have any one of these things that you are truly missing, you will have virtually no business whatsoever. If any of these are just really, really bad, but existing, then you will have some revenue. But obviously, you want to get all of these things good so that your entire business can be good. And then as you scale, you're going to learn that there's one fourth one that you add to that. And the fourth one, spoiler, I'm going to share it with you right now. The fourth one, when you get there, is actually team building, leading. That's its own bucket. But right now, as a solopreneur, you got three things you got to worry about. And here is the way that you make knowing that as valuable as possible for your business. If you don't have the revenue you want right now, then the first question you ask yourself, is it a product or service problem? Is it a lead gen problem? Or is it a sales problem? And then from there, you can diagnose the problem and you can attack it. This is why simplifying is so incredibly valuable in business, because right now you might be sitting in the spot where you're just like, something isn't working. I don't have enough customers. Well, what's the problem? Is it that you don't have leads? Or do you have a million leads, but you can't sell them? Or do you have leads and you could sell them, but your product sucks, so you get a high refund rate? Right? So first question is, which of those three engines is underperforming? And then the second question is, how do I fix that engine? That's all I have for you guys today. Love you so much. I'll be back in your earbuds again as soon as possible because I got so much to share with you. Love you guys. God bless.